Back again for another video, this time fantasy focus. What if you knew exactly where the goals and the assists were coming from this week? That's what we'll cover here. Goal involvement odds, clean sheet odds, transfers in and out, and captain picks to help you make smarter FPL decisions. We all make transfers with hope, but it's the odds that give us the edge. First up is goal involvement odds. Gyökeres has failed to score in his last 2 games, just 1 shot on target in that time. But now he faces West Ham at home and they've conceded 14 goals in just 6 games. He's got a 71% chance of scoring or assisting here and he tops the list. And there's a theme forming this season. Burnley, West Ham, whoever plays them fills this list. Saka is starting to look back to his best. He's also high on the list with a 67% chance of scoring or assisting. I've also now added the next 5 game week predicted points for each of these players. Why? So you avoid knee-jerk moves based only on this week's odds. Take Sesko, for example. He's got a 60% chance of a return against Sunderland, but only 18 points predicted over the next 5. So maybe one to avoid unless you want a 1-week punt. Fernandes comes in 5th on this list, predicted 28 points over the next 5 weeks, but this could drop if penalty duties are taken off him. 2 misses from the spot already this season. If that happens, the likely option is Mbeumo. He's got a 58% chance of scoring and around 24.7 points predicted over the next 5 game weeks. That tally could rise if he steps up for United in front of Fernandes. Personally, my money's still on Fernandes. Overall, his penalty record is strong. Just 6 misses from 45 attempts. Yes, 2 of those have come this season, but I still back him from the spot. And finally, Watkins. He's been a frustrating pick. I've moved him on in my game week 6 wildcard, only for him to score against Fulham with that lovely lob. This week he's got a 60% chance of getting an attacking return and predicted 28 points over the next 5 game weeks. Is he back in form? Let me know in the comments. Next we're looking at transfers in, and Haaland once again is top of the list. 2 goals and an assist against Burnley. Did anyone triple captain him? At the time of recording, he's been transferred in by over 535,000 managers. Semenyo and Senesi are both up there again this week. They returned in game week 6. Semenyo scored from a free kick. Senesi picked up an assist and DEFCON. He's now the only player to return DEFCON in all 6 game weeks. Between them, over 600,000 transfers in this week. Guehi's been transferred in by over 300,000 managers. Another assist, that's 2 in 2 games, plus a goal against Villa. 3 returns in 6 games for Guehi. He's now the 2nd highest scoring defender behind Senesi. Also on the list is Jadon Anthony, 5 returns in 6 games, 4 goals, 1 assist, and he's done it against United, Forest and City. Burnley have had a tough start with Liverpool and Spurs as well. They've been unlucky, losing 2 games to 2 last-minute penalties. And now the exits. Salah is the most transferred out this week. Those who didn't get Haaland last week are rushing him in now before more damage is done. Makes sense. But overall, Chelsea players dominate this list. João Pedro, Chalobah, Cucurella and Palmer all being transferred out. Cucurella is too expensive, no clear route to points, poor DEFCON, expected goal involvement of just 0.15 per 90 and no attacking returns or clean sheets in his last 3. But Chalobah, he was the cheaper option, but he's now suspended until the 18th of October and Palmer is expected back the same week. Both straight transfers out. As for the clean sheet odds, Arsenal top the list this week, a 52% chance of keeping a clean sheet and they face West Ham, a side who've conceded 14 goals in just 6 games. The best team for offensive set pieces against the worst team for defensive set pieces. Nuno will have them better organised, but an Arsenal win feels almost certain. But will they keep a clean sheet? Despite West Ham's poor start, Bowen has 3 goals in 6 games. Villa are next and they're facing Burnley at home, a 46% chance of a clean sheet in this one. Burnley have the lowest expected goals in the league, just 0.76 per 90. But Villa's defence isn't watertight either. 2nd lowest expected goals conceded at 1.6 goals per game. That's only slightly better than Burnley, who concede 2 per game. This should be a goal fist then, really. United sit 3rd on the list with 42%, but I just can't see it. They've conceded in all 6 games so far, and now they face Sunderland, a side that have really shocked teams this season. What really surprises me, no Palace on this list. We all know how good defensively they are. They face Everton, who average just 1.28 goals per 90. So the decision for me is, do I follow the stats or do I trust my gut, knowing Palace are a solid defensive side? And finally, the captaincy picks. And no surprises, Haaland's at the top again. He's got 6.9 expected points this game week away at Brentford. 9 returns in 6, and he even grabbed his first assist of the season against Burnley. Hard to go against him in this form. But if you're looking outside of Haaland, Watkins against Burnley is the standout differential. Burnley are the worst for expected goals conceded. Watkins finally broke his duck with that goal against Fulham. And ownership, just 9.8%. For the Brave, he's surely the best pick outside of Haaland. But you've also got Bruno Fernandes. He's 6.5 expected points, facing Sunderland. But the question is he on penalties? Sesko has scored 11 out of 11 career penalties, and Burmo, we know he's Brentford's hero from the spot. So is that enough to take responsibility away from Fernandes? Let me know what you think in the comments. And that wraps up this week's Fantasy Focus. We've looked at the odds, the transfers, the clean sheets, and the captaincy picks. So who's your captain this week? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to see where the community stands. If you found this helpful, hit that like button. If you're new here, subscribe so you don't miss the next week's breakdown. Until next time, good luck, green arrows, and enjoy the football.